What's going on, Jets fans? Welcome into NYJ Today. In this video, we're going to be breaking down defensive end Trey Hendrickson of the New Orleans Saints. I believe he's a great fit, and he's one of my favorite targets in free agency. We're going to get after why he would be a good fit and why he fills such an enormous need for the New York Jets. Let's get after it. Alright, like we've done with all of our videos so far in the channel, we kind of take a look at the career, look at the stats, and just kind of try to piece together who this player is. So Trey Hendrickson is only 26 years old. He'll be 27 this coming season, and he has played a limited role in this New Orleans Saints defense. So in his rookie year, he only played 27% of the snaps. It went way down in his second year, down to 13%. I believe that's due to injury, only having appeared in 5 games. And then it went back up to 38% his third year. And then this year, his most productive season and his most snaps played, 53% of the snaps for this defense. So when you're looking at Trey Hendrickson, you have to pay attention to those statistics first. You can't just look at the box score or the career stats for him. Because it doesn't really paint the entire picture of who he is and what kind of production he can provide for this defense. So when we do look at his career stats, 2017, minimal role, 2 sacks. His second year in the NFL, he got hurt and didn't play a whole lot at all. 0 sacks. 25 years old, third year in the NFL. He's played 13 games. He started 3 in this season, 4.5 sacks for the team, showed some improvement, and again got a bump in his snap percentage. And then his 4th year is where he has finally kind of proven himself as a true NFL caliber defensive end. 13.5 sacks, and I'm reminding you, only 53% of the snaps played on defense. So this is a guy who came in on situations and was told, get after the quarterback. And this is kind of what we need. We need a guy who can start, obviously, number one. He played 15 games. He started 15 games last year. So we need a starter. And we also need somebody who can get after the damn quarterback. I am so tired of watching our defense getting picked apart on third downs, getting converted on third and long situations. We need somebody who's going to get after the quarterback. And I feel like Trey Hendrickson is young. He has started now and has proven that he's a capable player in the NFL. Now, mind you, he hasn't had a lot of experience starting, so this is something that could be a risk when you're looking at Trey Hendrickson. But when I look at everything and when I kind of just look at all of the snaps he's played and the production that he had this past year, I think that, and his age as well, I think you're looking at not a can't miss, but a player that could really potentially pop for the Jets, and he's still young. And at the bottom of the screen here, you see his measurables. Good height, good size. He's an athletic defensive end. This is not just a thumper on the edge here. He can move, and again, I just love what I'm looking at on the screen. Something that I saw when I was doing my research on Trey Hendrickson that it really kind of stood out to me is that he is the most productive college pass rusher back in 2017 when he was drafted out of FAU. So he had the highest grade according to PFF as far as pass rush productivity goes. So I don't believe this is a flash in the pan kind of guy. He had his first shot this year in the NFL to start and to be a consistent player on the defense. And I just love that this guy, he kind of came in as like a mid-round pick, and he's really had to fight his way to the top. And I think, again, you kind of want players like that on your team, guys who, weren't given everything when they came into the NFL. They had to earn it. And when they get to that point in the career, when they've gotten to the top, when they've become a starter, they just want to stay there. And so I feel like this guy, he's proven that he did it in college. He's proven that he can do it in the NFL. So you kind of mix those things together and you get like a player that I feel like is just ready to to continue and maintain where he was this past year. All right, so now we're going to get into my favorite part of all of these videos. And again, I've gotten some really great feedback from you guys in the comments that you guys really enjoy this segment of the videos. So I really appreciate hearing you guys say that. This is my favorite part to do. So we're looking at Trey Hendrickson here on the edge. He's pass rushing against Deshaun Watson. And look at who is trying to block this dude. He's trying to hold on for dear life. Trey Hendrickson wins with his hands here. Watch him closely here. He kind of moves as a swim move around Laramie Tunsil, former first-round pick. And he gets in there for the sack. Physical, and again, quickly is able to beat one of the better left tackles in the NFL. All right, so don't pay attention to the fact that he didn't get a sack on this play. Pay closer attention to the fact at what he's doing with this offensive tackle. I mean, he is just completely pushing and collapsing the pocket and really impacting Kirk Cousins to throw this ball early. This is the kind of defensive end that we need in our defense. And if you were to just kind of imagine Quinnen Williams collapsing the pocket in the interior, along with Jonathan Franklin Myers, you could see what kind of havoc this would cause for the opponents that the Jets would be facing. All right, on this play here, you're actually seeing him lined up against a guard, and he uses that swim move. This is probably his best pass rush move, and I guess my only concern would be is that he needs to develop a little bit more versatility with his pass rush moves. But again, he gets right by this dude right away, wins instantly, and is able to get the sack. And again, this is a limited role. This guy is not playing the majority of snaps. He's only playing about 50% of the snaps on defense. And again, making lots of plays happen. Can you just possibly imagine what the Jets could be doing if they lined up Franklin Myers, Quinnen Williams, and Trey Hendrickson all on the same line? And even you could throw in the name Bryce Huff or Jabari Zuniga. I mean, these guys would be causing massive headaches for offenses. And again, I just get really excited when I think about that. On this play, you're seeing him lined up again against Laramie Tunsil here. And at one point, he's blocked by about 2 or 3 guys on this same play and still has the wherewithal to be able to understand where Deshaun Watson is. And, he closes him off and he gets the sack here. He cleans it up. Really impressive to see him fighting through all of these different blockers on one play. It just shows you that he's never going to quit on a play, and he's also not going to have a hard time getting off of blocks, even when he's being double teamed like he was on this play. All right, on this last play that we're going to look at here, on this running play, Hendrickson is actually not the one that makes the play here, but I just want you to pay close attention here. He is double teamed, and he's the only defender that I could find that is actually being double teamed on the play. So what that tells me is that the 49ers, when they were watching tape, they noticed that this guy can cause problems. And so my guess would be is that they game plan for this, and they've got 2 players lined up to block him. And he is, not necessarily making an impact on this play other than taking up a double team. So again, I'm thinking in terms of coaches are mindful of this guy and what kind of problems he can cause. And again, it just kind of excites me to think about him maybe even seeing less double teams and more one-on-one matchups in our defense. I think that that's pretty much what he would be looking at, because Quinnen Williams will be taking most of the double teams on our defense. So again, it's just really nice to think about what kind of possibilities we could have as far as causing problems for the opponents. All right, so to summarize, I do think that Trey Hendrickson is one of my favorite targets for free agency, and it's not necessarily he's the greatest player in free agency. I just think that he's a great fit. I think that he fills a huge need. He's still young, and he's now a productive starter in the NFL. And I think that he would just completely blossom in the Robert Saleh system. And I think when you pair him with Quinnen Williams, Jonathan Franklin Myers, and then our 2 young guys, Bryce Huff and Jabari Zuniga, you're going to have a pretty formidable pass rush. And again, if you're asking me which one do I prefer, having a strong secondary or having a strong pass rush, I'm choosing strong pass rush all day, every single time. And again, this aligns with Joe Douglas's philosophy. He wants to build through the trenches. And so I think that this goes along not only with what we need, but also the philosophy of our general manager. That's going to do it for this video. Thank you so much for watching NYJ Today. If you could all do me a favor and jet up the like button, I would greatly appreciate it. And if you're new here, please subscribe to the channel. We have already uploaded a bunch of different free agent profile videos. We are now going to be transitioning as we get closer to free agency. We're going to be making draft profile videos, and we've got a couple of those on the channel, and there's just going to be as many as I can upload all the way up till April 29th. And I look forward to continuing to add to the playlists and to the channel's content. So let me know what you guys think in the comments. What would you guys think, or excuse me, what do you guys think about Trey Hendrickson? Do you think that he would be a great solution for our edge rushing, pass rush needs? Do you think there's other pass rushers in free agency that you would rather target? Is there a player in the draft that you would rather go after? Just let me know what you guys think about Trey Hendrickson, and I can't wait to discuss with you. I do look forward, like I said, always talking to you guys in the comments. It's one of my favorite things to do during the week. Go Jets! And I'll see you guys next time.